What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video on the Griff channel. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day today. We have again a very special guest on the channel, Lina, back with us. We're going to be doing our 2022-2023 Premier League away kit rankings today. I hope you guys have been enjoying the content on the channel. If you enjoy this, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to comment down below what your guys' favorite kit is from the entire video, and subscribe to follow along for the journey. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's get into it. Alrighty, let's get started. Starting off with the first five, we have Bournemouth, Arsenal, Villa, Brentford, and Brighton. Starting off with Bournemouth, I really do like this kit. Obviously, they took a little bit of a risk going with the kind of floral tropical pattern, but I do like the color scheme. Obviously, it's not necessarily classic Bournemouth, but a lot of away kits take a lot of risks, and I think they did a good job of it. Getting straight to the point, I like it. I do like it a lot. I'm gonna put it at B tier for now, but could move up to the A slot.
So I'm a big fan of this one. I think it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I love the tropical pattern, so I'm gonna put it an S tier. Also,
Okay.
The colors are amazing.
Right off the bat with the S tier. Can't really argue with that one. Alrighty, moving on to Arsenal. This is elite in my opinion. I think this might be the, if not the one of the best away kits and kits overall this year. Arsenal smashed this one out of the park. This is S tier straight away. The black with the A ingrained in there to mean Arsenal. The kind of retroist Gunners badge. The bronze and then the gray stripes. I really do like this one a lot. What do you think?
I agree. I think it's gonna be an S tier for me, just
Okay.
because I think it's very out there. It's very bold. I think it's beautiful. I love the gold, kind of gold bronze color. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm gonna change that. I do really like that. I think the Bournemouth kit's beautiful, so I'm gonna put that in A. Starting off with two really great kits. So I've got one in A, one in S, and you've got both in S. So moving on, we have Aston Villa. I don't know about this one, to be honest, guys. I don't hate it, but the Kazoo sponsor's a little bit weird going with this kit. It almost looks like a PJ shirt, to be honest with you, and I like Villa kits typically, but this one's not very good. I wouldn't say it's horrible. It's not good. If I'm gonna have to put something in D, but I'm gonna put it at C for now. I'm not a big fan of it.
I'm gonna have to agree with you there. I think a C tier would be great for this one. Once again, as I mentioned in the last video, I think the A with the little car logo is adorable, but like Griffin said, it looks like a pajama set, so
Okay.
that's gonna be C.
I think that's pretty fair, yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, moving on to Brentford. So this is actually a kit that they've done. That's the old school badge. So they took a little bit of retro in there. This is the one that Lina put their home kit at S tier in the previous video. If you haven't, go make sure to go check that out and let me know what you think about that one. But this one, I do like it. I think it's pretty good. I would say it's better than the Villa kit in my opinion. I like that they've taken a little bit of hint at the retro to kind of when they were a lesser known club. I don't love the sponsor, but the light blue with the kind of navy highlight and navy sleeve lines, I'm gonna put it at B tier. I don't think it's elite, but I think it's pretty sharp, and I would say it's definitely better than that Villa kit. What do you think?
I think B tier would be a good one for this one. I agree that it's not as good as the other one. However, the light blue is kind of nice. I think it's chilling. I think it's calm, but it's not S tier, A tier material.
Perfect. Look at us agreeing off the bat here. Alrighty. Okay, moving on to the final one in this grouping. We have Brighton, one that I really liked their home kit. See, I like this one. I do like what they've done with the black and white badge. I think that looks sharp. Obviously, it's kind of a classic away kit, just taking a little bit of risk with the colorway. I don't think it's near the kind of risk or excitement level of that A or S tier. But again, I think it's pretty sharp. I'm sure it will look good in game and on the field. What do you think?
I'm gonna have to put it at an A tier. I think the colors are beautiful. The red and orange scheme reminds me of a sunset or a sunrise. I think it's beautiful. The little logo up there reminds me of American Eagle or Aeropostale. I can't remember which one, but it reminds me of the clothing brand, which I'm a big fan of. So it's gonna be S tier for me. I mean A tier.
A tier? Okay. Alrighty. Alrighty, guys. Moving on to the next five, we have Chelsea, Palace, Everton, Fulham, and Leeds. Starting off with this Chelsea kit, they've actually gone with, I don't know if you remember the collar from that home kit, the little bluish collar.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that, was I?
Yeah, but they've used that design and that collar along these stripes on the away kit. And I think this is definitely significantly better than that home kit. I actually put that home kit at D. I like this one. I don't think it's bad at all. I actually think it's an A tier. I don't necessarily think it's up in that S tier, but I would say I think they took a good risk. I think it looks semi-classic, but also they did something exciting that's also a little classy, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm going to have to put it at B tier because I think I like the little blue color. I think that's very cute, and the little squiggles are adorable. Other than that, I have no comment. I just love the colors and the pattern.
Okay, nice. Alrighty, moving on to Crystal Palace, one that I really, really liked their home kit. We both really liked that one, the kind of similar coloration pattern. And they've done the same thing on their away kit with that kind of a scribbleish pattern.
Yeah.
And I like it. I think it's really, really sharp. I don't know. I liked their home kit, and I think I liked their home kit a little bit better. I think this one is kind of on the equal footing as Chelsea for me, so I'm going to go ahead and put it at A tier. What are you thinking?
I'm going to put it at B tier. I think that the red and blue scribbles are very unique. I think it's cool. However, maybe fill up the whole jersey with all the scribbles. Maybe like, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue.
That's kind of how they did the home kit, because this has got to be a little bit white. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this has to be a white base for the away kit to kind of contrast the home kit. But you like it?
I do.
Okay. Alrighty, coming in at B for Lina. Okay, moving on, we have Everton, an interesting one for me, right? The pink, I like pink, it's fun. They took a little bit of a risk, right? I really don't like the sponsor, to be honest with this one. I don't think it very much goes. I think they did a good job with the design. They took a little bit of a risk. I can't say I'm a big fan. I think the pink had potential for sure, especially highlighted in that Everton badge. But I don't think they fully use that potential, if that makes sense. I don't necessarily know if it's on the level. I'm going to put it at C. I think these are just a little bit more classy shirts. The Brentford and the Brighton are a little bit classier than this, and I think they have potential with the pink, but they didn't necessarily pull it off.
I was going to be really mad at you if you put it at D tier because the color is just beautiful on its own.
It is beautiful. I'll agree with that.
From that, I'm going to put it at A tier just because the pink really catches my eye.
Okay.
I love the color pink. I think it's beautiful. I don't love the sponsor right there, but once again, pink, chef's kiss.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I think it's a good kit for sure. I don't know if I think they could have used that pink a little bit better.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to Fulham. I like it. I don't know what you think. Again, it's obviously not classic Fulham. Some of these away kits kind of have a tribute to the club. Some don't. I'm pretty sure that this one doesn't have too much of a connection. I like the design a lot. I think it's really, really sharp. I think in some ways it has to have a little bit of a classic aspect or be tremendously designed. And this one is kind of meeting a little bit in that middle, I guess. It's really, really well designed. Doesn't necessarily have a deep connection. It's really teetering on A or B here. I really, really do like the kit, but I'm going to have to go ahead and put it at A. I think it's sharp. I don't think it's fair to not put that one at A for me. I think it's a little bit better than some of the others.
I'm deciding between A or B for this one because I really like the pattern, and I think that mint green bluish color is a great touch. What did you put it at?
I put it at A. I decided to go with A. It was teetering on A or B for me.
Yeah, it's a hard one, but you know what? Since I love the pink color so much and I like this color as well, I'm gonna put it at A.
Okay, well, right there, agreeing with A. Okay, one more in this batch. We've got Leeds, an interesting one. This one was actually pretty much just released. Again, I do like how that logo kind of corresponds with the colors. They did something different, and I have to give them props for that. Adidas can sometimes be a little bit classic, but this is something that I haven't seen in an Adidas kit in any clubs in the world, and so I think I give them props for that. Yeah. Again, it's a little bit funky, but I think it might be something that might actually look really cool on the field. I don't know, man. I really do like it, but I think it comes in around that A tier again. I know I'm racking up a lot of A's, and I might have to adjust those a little bit to put some in S, put some in B, but I think it's good. I think I really like it. I don't know if it's necessarily on that level of oh my God, it's pure class, if that makes sense.
A bit of a shocker, but I'm going to have to put it at S tier just because I love the tie-dye pattern. I think it's beautiful.
Absolutely fair.
That's all I got to say. It's beautiful.
Alrighty, moving on to the next 5, we have Leicester, Liverpool, City, United, and Newcastle. Starting off with Leicester, interesting to say the least. I think they tried to go with a little bit something classy. I don't mind the black and the beige a little bit. I just don't think it does enough. It's not necessarily exciting. Again, like it'll probably look decently classy, but it's just not exciting. It doesn't get people wanting to go buy it or be like, wow, Leicester, oh, we did a great job this year with our kit. I don't think it's right quite there, and I think it's definitely worse than that Everton kit. So I'm going to put it at D tier. I wouldn't say it's like shambolic. It does what it needs to do, but it's nowhere near the point where people are going to go rush to buy it.
I completely agree with that. I don't think it catches my eye. I think it's very simple and plain. It looks just like every other t-shirt. My 2-year-old nephew has the same shirt just like that, but in blue. So it's not great. I'm going to put it at D.
Okay. Alrighty, moving on to Liverpool. They've done something interesting with this one, haven't they?
Wow.
I like it. It's a little bit psychedelic, right? I like it. I think it's sharp, though. I think it's cool. I think I don't know. This one is definitely sharp for me. A lot of people probably have mixed feelings. You kind of really either love this one or you hate this one. And I like it a lot. I don't necessarily know if I love it as much as I would have said Fulham or Leeds kit, and I put those at A tier, so I think I'm going to slot this one at a B tier. But again, like I said with the Leeds and the Fulham kit, like they could kind of move up and down a little bit, but I think that Liverpool one comes in at B, but with the knowledge that I do like it. I think it's a sharp kit. It could be a little bit mixed here and there, I think.
I think it's very interesting for one thing. I
Yeah.
find it intriguing. It kind of gives me a headache, but like a good headache. My eyes are definitely whirring in the back of my head right now. But I think it's pretty cool. I'm going to have to put it at A tier.
Okay. Hey, that's a good one. Alrighty, let's move on. We've got City. So they've done a little bit of a tribute to kind of a retro kit here. It's got some influence from a bunch of different sources. I like it, but again, like I talked about in the last video, when I think about an away kit, it's something that I kind of rush to buy. And yes, it's classic. Yes, it has that retro feel. And obviously it does what it needs to do in the retro idea, but I think when I think about something when I'm collecting my kits, like the away kit from this past year and the away kit from the year before that were kits that I was like, oh my god, they're brilliant, they're classy, and I need to go get that one. And this one's pretty sharp, but I wouldn't say that it's, oh my god, I need to go get that kit. It does its retro job, and what they set out to do, they did a good job of that. But what they set out to do doesn't necessarily pique my interest in the most, if that makes sense. I like the red and black. It's sharp, but not necessarily classic City. It's going to be a C tier kit for me. Not bad, but not great.
That's a bit of a shocker for me, considering...
I got to be honest. We're ranking kits here. Got to be non-biased.
Okay, I'm going to put it at... I don't know. It's A or B for me. You know what? I think I'm going to go with B. I think that the red and gold works well with each other, especially with the back and the background.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wouldn't put it at C or D just because it's not that bad, but it's not S tier material.
Yeah, and I think I put it at C just simply because I think maybe like the Liverpool or Brighton kits like are a little more classy or something that I would rather prefer probably. Okay, moving on to United. A lot of people have really liked this kit. They've done a kind of, again, a retro tribute a little bit. They did with the home kit, and they're going to do it again with this away kit. A lot of people, I think, have liked the away kit better. It's like the classy white, which I think is really sharp.
Yeah.
I don't know if it... and I really did like it when I first saw it. I think I like the home kit better. I think the home kit was an S tier for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think this one's going to be a B tier for me. It's good, but I don't know if it does enough to be pushed into some of the ones where they're really taking big risks in those A tiers that I've put.
Originally, I was going to put this in D tier, but I think it...
Wow.
Yeah. I think that C tier is okay. I don't love the TeamViewer sponsor right there. It's very... I mean, I like the collar. I just noticed the collar. I think that's very cute. The red and white stitches. It's just going to be a C tier for me. It's a little bit boring, in my opinion.
Okay. Alrighty, moving on to Newcastle. A lot of people have had mixed feelings about this. I think it's brilliant. I really do. Again, away kits sometimes have connections to the club, sometimes doesn't necessarily. This one doesn't have too much. I'm not a big fan of the sponsor, I will say that, but the design of this kit, that navy, the deep blue with the gold highlights and the kind of streaks up the sleeves with the gold logo and the gold sponsor logo and the badge, I think they did a brilliant job with this one. I think they smashed out of the park. I haven't seen it on field yet. I haven't seen it on players. I've just seen the renderings and stuff like this, and I think it looks really good. So I'm going to put it at S tier. There's some in here that I really like as well, but there's some in that A tier that I really like as well, but this one's just really classy for me. I think it just looks really sharp.
I'm a little shocked to hear you say that. It's gonna be a B tier for me. I think the colors are cute. I like the sleeves a lot. The sleeves are very cool. I just don't think it's all that great, but so B.
Okay. Alrighty, moving on to the final 5 teams here. We've got Notts Forest, Southampton, Tottenham, West Ham, and Wolves. Let's see how these finish off. So we've got Notts Forest. I think I like this one better than their home kit. While it's not necessarily their typical coloration, the home kit I ranked pretty poorly simply because it reminded me of kind of a t-shirt type material that just kind of had their badge on it. This one's decent. It's not bad. It is. This is really, really hard because I think City's home kit, I think City's away kit is sharper than this.
Yeah.
I gotta say that, and so I'm gonna put it at D. I think they did a little bit better with this one, just at least taking some risks. A similar design to the home one, but it just doesn't do enough, and I don't know if I love the color scheme, so I'm going to go ahead and put it at D. It's a little bit of a tough ranking, but Notts Forest just didn't smash their kits out of the park this year, to say the least.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with D on this one. It low-key reminds me of the Brazilian jerseys, in a way. I'm not sure.
They're similar colors, yeah.
The sleeve is kind of cool. I think the flower pattern was a bold move. I think it would have paid off if it weren't on the sleeves, but yeah. I find this jersey very awkward, so it's going to be D for me.
Okay. Alrighty, let's move on to Southampton here. So this is a club that is kind of near the coast, so they've done a kind of tribute to their geographic location. That's with awesome. The kind of wave-ish patterns. Again, I really don't like that sponsor, like we talked about in the beginning, right? That their home kit looked really sharp, I thought, but the sponsor didn't do it for me. This one, man, it's hard, right? Because I do like that they tried to do a little tribute to the geographic stuff, but to be honest, I'm not a big fan of the waves that they put in there. I think that they could have. I think that they could have made something a little bit more classy. It looks almost like animation kind of type thing. Like it looks a little bit too funky. Like I think they could have done a more subtle wave. Oh. I'm not a big fan. I would significantly high. I would rate Everton and City's and Aston Villa's kit significantly higher than this. So I'm gonna have to go with D again.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna have to go with B on this one. I'm ranking up the B's, but I think the waves could be a little bit simpler. But I do love the touch of the wave. I think I love that they added a tribute to their geography. I think the color scheme is also really cool. So
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Alrighty, let's move on to Tottenham. Okay, so they've done a little something. It's kind of attributed a little bit to a kit that they've had. I forget what it was, but it's a little bit of a kind of retro design. A lot of people are a little bit up in arms about this one. Some people like it, some people don't like it. I don't think it's horrible. They've obviously done a little bit something pretty, like, obviously just geometric. But I don't mind it. I think, like, thinking about seeing it on players like Harry Kane and whatnot, I think it'll come out pretty decent. I think the centralization of the logos, I think, does well. I like it better than the D-tier kits. I don't necessarily think it's as classy as, like, CD United or Liverpool kit. So it's just going to come in at a C tier for me. Pretty good, but it's not necessarily elite. Like these C tiers are a little bit higher than what I rank my home C tiers. I would say that this Tottenham, City, Everton, and Aston Villa kit aren't bad by any means. I think they're all pretty good kits that could actually go to B tier, but just not great enough, and I'm trying to rank them in order that kind of gives you guys an understanding of what I think is ranked by the kits, if that makes sense.
This is gonna have to be in D tier for me. I'm not a fan. I also don't really like the light green up here. I don't think that looks very good. It's really awkward. So
yeah, it is a little awkward. Yeah. That's what a lot of people have felt. That's fair. Okay, moving on to the final two. We've got West Ham. I think you really liked their kit from last time. I think it looks pretty good. The black overall with a little bit of kind of pattern on the sleeves. It's simple for sure. It's not anything out of the ordinary, but I think it'll look good, and I think it looks good on players. The pattern on the side is a little bit funky, but it's black and white, and I think it does a good job. I don't think it takes... Again, we talk about sometimes the risks really do pay off, sometimes they don't. Like the Everton one here, I think it's a good kit, but the risk didn't entirely pay off. Yeah. City didn't take too much of a risk. They went for something. Tottenham took a little bit of a risk, and it kind of paid off, kind of didn't, depending on who you think. But I think this West Ham kit didn't take too many risks, and it stayed solid right at that B tier for me.
I actually am a big fan of this one. I think it would be an A tier for me.
Okay.
I think these sleeves were a bold move, but it's very cute. Also, I don't know. I don't usually like just plain, boring old jerseys, but this black and white, simple I think I love it. I think
Pretty
it looks
clean?
really great. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely fair. Okay, let's finish off with wolves. An interesting one, right?
Yeah.
It's just got a lot going on. I think that big 12 bet sponsor on the sleeve is a little interesting, and they kind of went for the, I guess you could say, like, star pattern. I don't know what to think of this. I don't mind the color, the base color. I don't think it looks bad. I think it actually kind of goes well with that yellowish from the wolves, but it's not great. It's kind of teeter-tottering in between that C and D, you know? Like, I don't think it's on the level of Tottenham and City, but I don't necessarily think it's as bad as these, but I'm going to have to put it there. I don't think it's brilliant. I think it's a good kit, but I don't think it's great.
Okay. I, for one, really like the, I don't know, astrology theme they were kind of going for.
Yeah.
If that's, I don't know, that's just how I see it. I do like the base color. I think it is very cute. The 12 on the side, that's a bit bold, but not a great bold. So, it's got to be B tier for me for this
Okay,
one.
B tier.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? Thank you so much again for staying to the end of the video. We really appreciate it. We had a lot of fun making this one. I think this one was a little bit more interesting than the home kits one, just because the teams took a little bit bigger risks, and I think some of them really paid off, some of them didn't, as we saw. But it was really fun to make. Even as I look through my list, right? If you're still here and still listening, like that Bournemouth kit, that Leeds kit, even that Fulham kit, I think could very easily be pushed into S tier kits. And all of the other ones are really good. To be honest, I think most of the teams did a really good job this year. If you think, I don't think many had stinkers entirely. There were some bad home kits, right? But I think overall there weren't many like really shambolic kits. What do you think?
I agree with that.
Like, I think they overall did a pretty good job. So it was really fun to make, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I want you guys to definitely let me know what you guys think of our rankings down in the comments, what your guys' favorite kit is this year. If you enjoyed, again, please do smash that like button. And if you're enjoying the content on the channel, please consider subscribing to follow along for the journey. We really appreciate it. And yeah, we will see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much. We'll see you.